today I've decided it's time to work on the weather stripping, and I purchased a new weather stripping. It's a Soft Seal brand through I forget which one. I think I got this one through Camaro Central. And this particular number, I mean, these are fairly universal. They're for General Motors cars, but I mean, it says 77 to 85 Impala, 77 to 91 Caprice, 82 to 92 Camaro. So it covers big cars, medium-sized cars, small cars. So I sort of expect it has enough length to go all the way around, and maybe I'll have to trim it when we get all done. But considering that this one is all torn up from, in particular, from years of having a 2x4 on it, it's time to get this one pulled apart. So I'm going to start peeling this off. I'm sort of expecting the peeling off won't be too hard, but to see how the putting on is. Alright. Now there was some adhesive on this corner. Up till now, I haven't seen any adhesive. But right in here, there's some adhesive on that corner. And it's been pretty clear until I got up here to this upper left-hand corner, and then there's weather stripping adhesive on it. Yeah, maybe there's a little bit of adhesive all the way around, but I'll have to clean some of that surface up. And there's adhesive up there on the top. And the adhesive is on the under the flange. Out here on the flat surface. It's not on the, maybe I should say that different. It's not on the lip, it's on the flat portion around the edge. So it kind of looks like if you you could put it on there, and if it needed some, you could peel it back and add some adhesive. The new one says, and the book also says, just to clean everything up. Well, it does say clean it up and apply adhesive. I've got instructions like this, and it says clean surfaces of all dirt and adhesive, apply adhesive number 2. Looks like apply adhesive to the bottom of the flange here. So I'm going to go do some cleaning, and I'll be back. Well, I'm in the midst of cleaning, and there is a pretty good film of black Weatherstrip cement down in the base of the flange, and sometimes on the flat once you go around the corner. And so far, mineral spirits on a paper towel has been working pretty good, and I've got a plastic scraper that once it's been soaked with a little bit of mineral spirits and softened some, this seems to come off. So the thin areas just rubbed off with mineral spirits on a paper towel. Some of this heavier stuff I have to help a little bit. Probably the biggest challenge will be up at the top over the rear window near the hinges. I may have to get up there with a mirror or something so I can see over the edge and see how I'm doing. This will be a little bit of a challenge, but it's working. I'm going to keep going. I'll be back. I've completed cleaning up the weather stripping around the lip of the opening for the hatch, and it's been cleaned with mineral spirits, and then I wiped it down with a little bit of alcohol just to make sure it's all clean. I have a tube of 3M black super weather strip and gasket adhesive. Based on all the solvents in it, I'm going to get out my chemical respirator, and I'm going to use some chemical resistant nitrile gloves. The factory service manual suggests that you start at the top in the middle of the window in the front, and it says that a factory original GM weather strip would actually be marked in the middle, and that's where you should start. This one isn't marked, so my inclination would be to start at the bottom and go around, because I measured it and I know I've got a foot or a foot and a half extra. But for some reason they want you to start at the top and work your way down around the sides. So I took this one and I marked it with a piece of tape in the middle so I can get up in the front and start. I'm going to kind of give you this discussion because in a few moments when I get going here I'll put on my respirator to I'm in a closed garage. There's not a lot of air exchange, so safety first to deal with the fumes. It shouldn't be too bad, but they warn you, they're on the tube and on the package. It's a quick dry adhesive with a lot of goodies in it. So the instructions that came with the seal, picture a flange joint that's flat on both sides, and they'd like you to put a bead of weather stripping cement on both sides, and like so. On this car, you don't have that. You just have the lip comes over and goes up, and there's really not a good spot to put weather stripping cement on the backside. And the factory didn't have weather stripping cement on the backside. So I'm going to not do that. I'm going to just put it on the one corner, and hopefully that's sufficient. This one has the metal embedded in the rubber so that it should grip. This tube's pretty nice. It's got a pretty good nozzle on it, which I think I can just go around the bottom and lay a bead right in front as I'm bringing the weather stripping down. That's my plan. The only problem I really have is up over the window area. I can't get this in there. With the glass there, you can't, the tube's too big to really get in behind. So as much as I'd rather not do it this way, I have my nitrile gloves. I'm going to wear the chemical resistant gloves, and I'm only doing this for 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'll get rid of that glove so that I don't get skin contact with this stuff. But I think what I'm going to do is put it on the finger of my glove and run that bead over the top of in the back, because I can reach over and spread it and get all the way across the top there, and then I think I can install that rubber piece within a minute or two, and then once I get it across, then I can come down the sides with the tube and around to the back. And when I get to the back, I'll have too much, so I have a pair of scissors, I have a razor blade, and I have a pair of sheet metal shears. Because of the metal insert in here, I'll probably need the sheet metal shears, but I have the other two tools. And when you get down to the back, they provide a piece of tubing that goes inside the weather strip, and you glue that in right down by the latch where the two ends butt together. So that's the preparation, that's the plan, and I'm going to get so-called suited up here in a minute.
About where it should go. The towels there. Alright, so. Flow here a little bit. All right. Get rid of this one. Let's get this started before that weather stripping cement dries. Like that.
trying to make sure I get it all the way down. But it doesn't seem to be that hard, so. I don't know the best way to do this. I'm going to start with the that was nice and clean. Put that one off. And go ahead and put this down. And up there to the end. I've got the spots here where it didn't. Where the lip didn't come out all the way, so. Alright. Now, we just need to be too short. That's perfect. Same thing, I wanted it to be just a skosh long, so first of all, let's go ahead and a little more here. And then put some there. Probably too much, but let's see how we do. Okay, put that in there, halfway. Smear it all over here. And then Feed that in there. And put it on the quite all the way down here yet. There it goes. There we go. Just didn't have anything behind the pin. We'll let it glue off of here. Get it outside. Together right there. That's looking pretty good. It's all glued together. Alright, the thing with chemical resistant gloves is I don't know how good the nitrile is and how long it would take for that stuff to soak through, so you kind of don't want to leave them on your hands too long. Because most of them have some kind of a, call it a permeability rate. Given time, whatever's on there will eventually come through, even though these are double layer chemical resistant. And they might even, I didn't check that nitrile was good for all these chemicals, so that would be an extra caution. But again, I'm only doing it for about 5 or 10 minutes and then I'm done, so I'm going to take the risk, so to speak. All I'm doing here is lifting up the lip to get it. It's kind of, some places the lip is turned under. I'm just trying to make sure that it's pushed down all the way. Places here where the lip is not sticking out all the way where it belongs, so pretty good. All right. Now let's see if it'll close okay. Alright. Well, I think that's good. My thought is to close the lid and put some pressure on the seal and make sure it's seated down while the adhesive is curing. But the manual doesn't give any guidance on that. It's just, I must say that's my judgment for the moment. But it closes, so that makes me happy. So, another job done. Fresh weather strip, so back end shouldn't leak anymore. Be safer that way. That's all for now.